Hey, happy snowy Monday, Grand Rapids Montessori, families, students, and community. I hope you're all doing well today. It's Mr. Morse here. February 22nd, day of Black History Month. So we got another Black History Month reading today. Bass Reeves. He was a deputy U.S. Marshal who lived from 1838 to 1910. Bass Reeves. Bass was born enslaved in Arkansas. As a boy, he was made a personal servant to Colonel George Reeves, who allowed Bass to learn to use a shotgun. Bass was so skilled that he even excelled in turkey shooting competitions. When people saw how good he was, they barred him from competing. Bass understood that, as an enslaved person, there was no winning for him. George took Bass with him to fight for the Confederacy in the Civil War. Bass was able to escape to Indian Territory, present day Oklahoma. He hid until the end of the war, learning the languages and customs of the Seminole, Cherokee, and Creek people. It really was the Wild West, a lawless land for miles around. Since tribal courts had no jurisdiction over U.S. citizens, many criminals crossed into Indian territory to hide out. It was the job of the U.S. Marshals to go in and capture the bad guys. In 1875, when the head of the Marshals needed to appoint his deputies, he thought of Bass, who knew the land, spoke the languages, and was an incredible shot. Bass was one of the first black deputy U.S. Marshals. It was a dangerous job. In Bass's time, more than 100 marshals were killed in the line of duty. He was never shot but had a few close calls, including one where the bad guys got his hat. He brought, he brought in around 3,000 criminals. Before long, people far and wide knew Bass's reputation, the tough as nails, sharpshooting, 6'2" black deputy. He could shoot with both hands, but Bass chose to shoot only when necessary. Instead, he liked to use disguises and tricks to outsmart the criminals to make an arrest. It wasn't just about bad guys for Bass. He loved animals and went out of his way to stand up against animal cruelty. It's speculated that Bass was the inspiration for the Lone Ranger, the fictional masked hero of the Old West. There's no way of knowing for sure, but we do know that Bass was a real life good guy who fought for justice. That's Bass Reeves, Deputy U.S. Marshal who lived from 1838 to 1910. I had never heard of Bass before all of this, so I definitely learned some stuff today. The Lone Ranger, didn't know he was the inspiration for that at all. So hopefully you learned something and enjoyed today. See you later. Have a great day.